let's talk about money for a second. For so many of us, right? Whether you're a single parent juggling a million things, an artist trying to make your passion pay, or a retiree who just wants a little security, managing finances can feel like this constant low-grade stress. It's just always there in the background. But what if we could totally change that relationship with money? Well, today we're diving into Chapter 3 of Sovereign Intelligence to see how AI is about to do exactly that. Does this sound familiar? You finally think you're getting ahead, and bam, a surprise expense hits you. Or a bill is late, not because you couldn't pay it, but just because it totally slipped your mind. It's that feeling of always playing defense, of constantly reacting to your own money instead of telling it what to do. It leaves you feeling completely drained and just overwhelmed. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. For centuries, we've all been living at the bottom of this pyramid of power, right? Reacting to the rules and systems set by big banks and institutions. But the source material for this explainer says that whole structure is starting to fracture. And the thing cracking it wide open? Artificial intelligence. It's putting the power back into our hands as individuals. You don't have to just react anymore. You can actually start to direct. And there's a name for this state of constant stress, the reactive money trap. It's what happens when you're always stuck looking backward. I mean, think about it. Most of the budgeting apps we use are great, but what do? They show you what you've already spent. They're basically a financial rearview mirror. And yeah, it's good to know what's behind you, but it doesn't help you see the potholes or the opportunities on the road ahead. And that's exactly what keeps so many of us stuck. Okay, but what if we could finally look through the windshield instead of the rearview mirror? By 2026, a brand new type of AI, it's called agentic AI, is going to completely flip the script. See, instead of just answering your questions, these new systems can understand your goals, they can make plans, and they can actually take action for you. No, this isn't sci-fi. This is about moving from being a passive passenger to having a proactive ally in your passenger seat. So what does a proactive AI actually do? Well, imagine having a tireless financial assistant that's working for you 24/7. It's not just logging your morning coffee. It's anticipating your bills, it's spotting opportunities to save you money, and it's handling all of that repetitive, soul-crushing admin work. That is the core shift we're talking about here, going from passively chasing numbers to proactively orchestrating your entire financial life. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the old way. Chasing numbers, stressing over spreadsheets, constantly looking at what already happened. And on the right? That's the new way. Your AI is looking ahead, it's finding savings for you, and it's automating what the source calls the boring middle. You know, all that tedious stuff that just eats up your time and your brain power. So instead of a spreadsheet, you get a simple spoken briefing. Way better, right? And this, right here, is the heart of it. Your AI system becomes this helpful partner. It's watching over your finances, it's suggesting smart moves, and here's the crucial part. It automates the follow-through. It actually does the thing. It's like having a top-tier financial advisor, but one that's accessible to literally everyone. The small business owner drowning in paperwork, the recent grad trying to figure it all out, anyone who just wants to get some peace of mind back. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually build it? Well, the source lays out this really practical step-by-step guide called the Sovereign Blueprint. This is where we shift from the why to the how. And trust me, it uses tools that don't require you to be some kind of tech genius. And look, this isn't about learning a dozen complicated programs. It's about a few powerful tools that play nicely together. You got Intellecta AI to watch for opportunities. Go High Level is like your central command center for setting up automations. Black Box AI is where the real magic is. The source calls it vibe coding, which is just a fun way of saying you describe what you want in plain English and it builds it. And then something like 11 Labs turns all that data into a simple audio briefing you can listen to. And here's just how simple the workflow is. You could seriously get this up and running in under 90 minutes. You connect your accounts, you use a super simple prompt to create a budget, you copy that plan over to Go High Level to set up automated alerts, like a text if you're overspending on takeout, and then you get a spoken briefing on your phone. It's designed to be easy and to get you results fast. And check this out. Here's an example of one of those plain English prompts. You don't need to know any code. You just describe who you are and what you need. Something like, hey, I'm a single parent. Here's my income. Can you create a 30-day budget for me that finds some savings without cutting out our family fun night? And the AI just takes that and does all the heavy lifting. It's that simple. For real. Okay, let's talk about building momentum. The key to making any new system stick is to get some quick wins right out of the gate. This is not about completely overhauling your entire life overnight. It's about taking small, super achievable steps that start reducing your stress right away and show you what's actually possible. So here's how the source material breaks it down for your very first week. In the first couple of days, just set up one single alert. That's it. Maybe it's a reminder for a bill. Then, by the middle of the week, listen to your audio briefing and make one tiny change. Like maybe you pause a subscription you totally forgot about. By the end of 1 week, you'll have a system running that's already making a difference. It proves to you that you can do this. And this quote from the source really just brings it all home. The goal here isn't to spend more time on your finances, it's to spend way, way less. When this system is just humming along quietly in the background, taking care of all the boring stuff, you get to reclaim your time and, more importantly, your mental energy. You start to actually feel that shift, that sense of control, of freedom. That's what achieving financial sovereignty is all about. But getting control? That's just the beginning, because once you have that stable financial foundation, the very next step is to use these exact same AI tools to start proactively growing your income. We're going to explore exactly how to do that with smarter investing and even automated side hustles in our next explainer on Chapter 4. You are definitely not going to want to miss it.